Welcome to Voice of Manhwa. The story begins in a mythical place, Chingwan Peak. A man is seen chopping wood. He wipes the sweat off his face, noting that he had chopped a lot of wood today with towers of wood surrounding him. A notification pops up, telling him that he had chopped 3.65 million firewood. He waves it away, wondering if he had chopped that many already. He was originally from Earth as a young top streamer through a talent show. But he had refused orders from the agency, making them leave him in the dark. Becoming depressed and drinking a lot of alcohol before being reborn into the Qinghong Academy in the south of Yunhuang, becoming a teacher in the runic seal department. Believing that being reborn and getting a system meant that he would be the strongest was wrong. It turned out that the system was useless as it keeps track of chopping firewood only. He notes that he had already become the saint of chopping firewood but had not broken through the open light stage. A flyman appears, landing on top of the piles of firewood. He looks down on the Bai, asking him to come to the front yard to select his disciples. Bai understood, and the man leaves angrily. Bai thought to himself that he would not get a disciple and goes to check on the dragon in the Kangli abyss as he was hungry. At the enrollment plaza, many people are gathered. A teacher called Jiang Hemming is greeted by others, saying that he'll get many disciples into the sword arts department again. They mention that no one had signed up for the runic seal exam and that instructor Bai Luochen didn't even bother to show up. Jiang shouts angrily at this fact. He turns to the headmaster to dismiss Bai from his teaching position and to move out of his peak. The headmaster, Li Guanqi, tells them to remember what Bai had done for them, in order to protect the academy. They remain silent. Jiang speaks further, saying that they appreciate his work but his current state is not suitable for him to be a teacher. Others agree, and the idea to dismiss only his position and let Bai live on Chingwan Peak was introduced. As they are discussing, Bai arrives, thanking them for being considerate of him. Jiang laughs at Bai for having wounds from catching a snake. They continue talking while a female in the crowd stares at them. She senses the powerful red aura coming from Bai. Jiang tells Bai that he would give him the element's pill of cultivating yuan to treat him. Bai is surprised. But he would give it only if Bai gets a disciple today, as he points to the line of people. If he couldn't get a disciple, Bai should resign. Bai shrugs him off, saying he was lazy to play this game with him, knowing that he would not receive a disciple this year, and prepares to go back first. Jiang shouts that Bai cannot leave and turns to the headmaster, stating that Bai has become tiresome and lazy, making him unworthy of the teacher position. He points at him, calling for his dismissal as Bai spins the snake around. The teachers around the headmaster discuss and agree that Bai was no longer suitable for teaching. Headmaster asks what Bai thinks. Bai says it's not bad, as it means he would have nothing to do and that as long as he lives on Chingwan Peak, he would agree to anything. The crowd hears this and is all thinking of getting his position. The headmaster gives in and prepares to announce it to the sect. But someone shouted, "Wait!" leaving everyone silent. A pretty young girl walks forward, saying she'll be Bai's disciple. Everyone is alarmed and comments if she knew what she was doing. They stare at her as she walks past the crowd, saying out loud that Bai was trash and that she would be treated like a maid. Jiang lies to her, saying he'll give her a high position in his place if she joins him. She ignores him and grabs Bai's arm. Bai blushes at her sudden action. Jiang is furious and thinks that something is going on. He believes that the girl was planted by Bai to get the highest position in his section. Jiang calls Bai stupid, much to their surprise. He tells the headmaster that he could not change her mind, letting her be Bai's disciple. Bai is shocked at the news. Bai asks her why she wants him as her teacher, but she keeps quiet as her secret identity was that she was a reincarnation of an immortal and that she reincarnated because her cultivation was not successful. She initially wanted the sword arts department to steal their resources but didn't expect to see Bai, a Jinyu master. She looks at the snake with her immortal eyes and sees its true form. Even in her past life, defeating it was not easy, as it would become a dragon. She wonders how a person from the revolving light stage defeats the dragon as she looks at Bai. The headmaster quickly announces the result, asking Bai if his senior brother is great. Bai refutes, saying great my ass. This leads to the end of the recruitment. Everyone is seen leaving. Jiang congratulates Bai on getting a disciple as they leave. Bai wonders if he hit his head. Bai looks at the girl and asks what her name is. Su Liyue replies. Bai thought to himself that he shouldn't have come and made trouble for no reason. He praises her name and she thanks him. Back at home, Su wonders why Bai was being bullied. Further thinking about why he puts up with it despite being so strong. Bai informs her that 1. There are no planned lessons and this department was all about self-awareness. 2. No need to report where she goes. 3. There's a lack of resources because he had no students. He tells her not to worry as he won't treat her poorly and that she'll have the resources she needs from him as he pulls out a book from his necklace. He asks if she has any questions, and she replies no. 2 books are thrown at her. The first book is about runic seals and the second book is about practice exercises. He informs her that he'll check on her from time to time, and she bows telling him that she will remember his teachings. Bai points to the disciples' quarters, telling her to pick a spot to stay in. She looks at the broken-down building, wondering if it was too late to change departments. Su reminds herself to endure this treatment as Bai prepares to cook. He cuts the dragon, skinning and skewering it while setting up a fire. The smell attracts Su's attention as she preps her room. She opens the window and sees Bai cooking the dragon. Shocked as dragons were immortal beasts and were used to offer to the patriarch. Bai takes a bite of the dragon much to her surprise. She drools upon smelling it. She leaves the room, dreaming of eating the dragon. She approaches Bai from the back calling him master. He flinches. With a smile on her face, she asks if she could eat the meat. Bai replies no, turning her into stone. Embarrassed, she recalls that she was a dignified immortal and that if others knew she was rejected they would laugh at her. She continues to look at her, but Bai keeps saying no. Frustrated, she turns to leave calling him petty. Bai calls out to her and she stops in her tracks, turning around and asking if she could eat now. Bai pierces a small piece of the meat on a stick, telling her to have a lick. She approaches slowly, taking the stick. He tells her not to call her master petty and that licking the stick will explain why. She drools at the thought of licking it, sticking out her tongue. Her saliva slowly covering the stick as she licks it from the bottom. A feeling came crushing into her, she lets out a gasp as the spiritual energy was rich. Panting heavily, not being able to take anymore, surprised that a lick of this was worth half a year of cultivation. She realizes that her body would explode if she had eaten the meat, thanking her master for his generosity. He reminds her that only 1 lick a day was needed. 2 men are seen approaching a gate with rope. They climbed over the wall, intending to steal Bai's horse. Idiot 1 asks Idiot 2 if the 2 of them were enough to steal the horse, and Idiot 2 says he was prepared, revealing a bottle that contained a scent that will knock the horse out once it smells it. Idiot 2 hushes Idiot 1, seeing that Bai had appeared. Bai feeds the horse, recalling that when he found it, it was small and thin like a donkey. But now, it has a majestic look. The horse touches Bai's face as Bai prepares to go to sleep. The idiots move out as soon as Bai left, smiling widely at the thought of bringing the horse back to the beast taming department. Su is seen reading the book in her room. She closes the book sensing that someone had sneaked into Bai's residence. She leaves the room, wanting to teach them a lesson. Idiot 2 opens the bottle, letting the scent out while Idiot 1 prepares the rope. Su appears behind, exuding a powerful blue aura telling them to reveal their names. The idiots wonder why there was another person here and remember that it was the weirdo that gave up her top spot in the swords department to go to the runic seal department. They tell her to go back to her and sleep. She refuses and they dash toward her to attack. Idiot 2 attempts to grab her but she dodges easily, giving him a high kick in return. Idiot 1 holds Idiot 2 up asking if he was okay. Idiot 2 was alright and asks to take her on again, mentioning that if he can't beat her, join him. He dashes once again to her, covered in a violent red aura. But Su manages to kick his side once again, breaking his arm in the process while his fire eats his spiritual energy. Idiot 1 preps his sword as he walks towards Su, shouting that he'll help him. The shout wakes Bai up. He looks out the window, letting out a ha as he picks at a stick up. With a snap of his finger, a barrier is released around the area. Su easily beats Idiot 1 and notices the barrier rune seal, realizing that her master does not want to let them go. She approaches them as they scream in horror. Xiangsheng, the eldest senior brother of the beast taming department, is furious to hear the failed news from the two idiots. He gives them both pills to recover and heal from their injuries. They thank him with heavily bruised faces. He tells them that he would handle this issue. He calls for everyone to follow him to Bai's place to ask for justice. As he leaves, a man appears, telling him that Bai was an instructor and that they were at fault this time. Going there now will cause more trouble. Xiangxing is angry upon hearing this and asks what they should do. The man reveals that Su had broken the rules when she beat the idiots up, whispering to Xiangxing that they have to stand the moral high ground. Both of them soon form a plan to involve the law enforcement hall. The next day, Bai wakes up and is greeted by a tired Su. He asks her how the book was. Su is scared as she spent half her energy only reading half a page. Bai tells her he won't do anything to her. She reports that she had only read half a page, much to his surprise, as he chops the firewood. Stunned at her reply, Bai asked if she had read half a page only. Su apologizes heavily to Bai. But he was happy, thinking that she would only be able to read a few questions. Su is unhappy to hear that her master thinks of her as dumb. But he assures her that he is happy as the book contained his collection of runes and seal characters. He throws an object at her, saying not to rush the process. The object was a token, letting her read books at the academy library. Raising the token level will allow her to read better books. Su asks how she can raise its level. Bai informs her that there were two ways, one to complete tasks for the academy, and two to participate in the disciple trials. Su thanks him for his advice. She compares tokens and books. As an immortal of 10,000 years, she had no use for the token and was happy with just having the book. Bai stares into the distance, and Su asks what was wrong. A voice is heard, telling Liu to come down and accept punishment. She tells Bai that it could have come from the idiots that sneaked in last night and were beaten by her. She plays with her finger, telling him that she couldn't hold back and is afraid to cause trouble. Bai looks at her holding his axe and tells her not to worry and study hard. He informs her to follow him to see the situation. In front of the gate, large groups of people are gathered, with a few flying above. They wait for Bai and Liu's arrival. Soon, Bai and Liu exit the gate. Two floating men, who belong to the law enforcement hall, tell them that the hall had received a report that Liu had ignored the rules and purposely hurt her fellow disciples, demanding they respect the rules of the academy and hand Liu over. Bai calls it quite a show as Liu looks nervous. Both of them walk into the crowd. Zhao Qing says the evidence is clear and tells Liu to come with them while presenting a token. Bai places his axe down and tells him there's no need to rush, calling for the man behind them, wanting to know about the two idiots that came into his house to make trouble and how he took care of them. Xiangxing nervously replied that those two accidentally slipped into his peak and that he has already punished them severely. Bai is angry to hear that. He turns to leave with Liu, telling them that he can handle his disciple himself and that the law enforcement hall doesn't need to bother. Xiangxing shouts at them to stop, telling them that the law enforcement hall has found them guilty and that if they were to leave now, things will not end well for them. Bai exudes a red murderous aura, asking if Xiangxing wants to teach him a lesson. Xiangxing is taken aback but continues to complain to his brothers, asking them to take Liu away quickly. Much to Bai and Liu's displeasure, the two-man lands in front of them, telling them that those that fight against them will never have a good end. Bai asks if they think they represent the law enforcement hall. Zhao Qing shouts back in anger, releasing his aura, telling Bai how he dares to humiliate the law enforcement hall and that today was the day he will take his disciple away for punishment. They both rush forward, preparing to attack while Xiangqing smiles evilly at the back. Bai taps Liu's shoulder, telling her to fight them as a test to see what she had learned from the book last night. She moves forward, and as an attack tries to land on her, she asks if this was all they had. She weaves in and out of there, easily dodging each one. As she dodges, she thinks to herself, figuring out why Bai used them as a test. They were weak. She continues to dodge, thinking that as long as she sticks to Bai, she will ascend in no time. As Zhao Qing attacks her, Song sees Liu drawing runes. Shocking and angering the both of them, as Rune Master usually draws before the battle, the fact that she was drawing in the middle of their battle meant that she was looking down on them. The two men decide to use a special attack. Continuous attacking her to prevent her from drawing runes. But Liu had completed the rune as blue lightning appears all around her and her finger. The two men's attack clashes head-on with Liu's blue lightning rune attack. An explosion is seen. They wonder if their attack had worked against her as the dust settles around them. But Liu stands tall, unaffected by their attack, with two lightning birds formed. She says that it's time to get a little serious. She sends the two birds to them, making them unable to move an inch, absorbing the full force of the attack. Bai watches from the back, thinking that since she had the lightning attribute, he could not give her the wood attribute yet. The two men are roasted beyond recognition. Song, lying on the ground, calls out to Xiangsheng, asking him when he was gonna make a move knowing that they were here because of him. Xiangqing is too stunned to speak, upset that Song had called him out now even when the both of them couldn't beat her as Liu continues to draw a rune. She sends it out to him, striking him in the chest. Xiangqing falls to his knees wondering why she threw a rune at him. But to her surprise, she meant to aim at Song but hit him instead thinking she misthrew it. Bai walks forward and asks her to stand down. Song sits up, telling him that this was a serious offense against the law enforcement hall. Holding his sword to stand up, he further says that Bai will regret this. Bai tells them that the three of them would be the ones to regret this much to Song's surprise. Bai points his finger down telling them to kneel with a gold aura. The three of them feel an intense pressure weighing down on them, causing all three to kneel on the ground. Thunderstrikes and golden aura pillars are seen all over the area. Zhao Qing is shocked to discover Bai's overwhelming spiritual chi even though he was only in the revolving light stage, asking Bai if he had recovered his powers. Bai tells them not to forget that this area was Qingwan Peak. Song reminds Zhao Qing that Bai did not recover his powers and that he was merely borrowing them from the area. His token begins to glow green, signaling that Elder 2 was calling him. Song coughs blood and is sent away. Bai says that he'll save Elder 2 some face as Song and Zhao Qing fly away, leaving Xiangqing alone with Bai. He tells him to continue kneeling till Elder 2 came to talk to Bai face to face. Back at the law enforcement hall, Song is reporting to Vice Instructor Qing about the situation and that Xiangqing was still kneeling. He tells the two of them to return home and that he will personally settle this issue. Song leaves happily thinking that Bai was done for. Qing tells Inhai to follow him tomorrow night to fetch back his master brother and Inhai obeys. The next day, Bai is eating his meal, wondering why not a single person from the beast taming department had come. He places his meal down after finishing and enters the courtyard. He sees Liu practicing her rune drawing. Wooden logs are sent flying to her, she notices them and with a few swift moves, destroyed them. Bai praises her for being quiet while moving, making her happy. He informs her that he has to leave and that if anyone from the beast department came, he should use the seal he gave her. Flying off, Bai tells her he'll return in the morning. Liu replies safe travel. The abyss of Tsungwu is the home of the Yunhuang demon race, deep within meant demons of the highest realm. In the deepest parts of the place, there were 12 ancestral demons that even people in the Mahayana stage tend to avoid. Bai lands on top of a mountain, thinking that Liu's current realm wouldn't be able to use materials from an ancestral demon. He looks over the land, which is covered in thunderstrikes, hoping to find a lightning attribute demon king for some stuff. While searching, he notices a female disciple running below him. Purple aura flames are seen chasing after her as she desperately tries to outrun them. An explosion is seen as Bai thinks to himself how troublesome things keep coming to him. He draws a rune, covering himself in a blue aura, and heads over there first. A voice is heard asking the female disciple if she had nothing left, as her shield slowly dissipates. A huge man tells her not to run away anymore and that she won't lose anything by playing with him, as he holds a large purple aura flame in his hand. The girl tells him to dream on. He retorts back saying that the 4 arts department was just the female pet of the academy. He whips a large object out, big enough to shadow the girl's face, telling her to give him good service and that he'll think of letting her go. The girl tears up as the shadow of the object slowly covers her face. Thanks for watching! Remember to like and subscribe for more content in the future.